Welcome back to the Neshoba Valley Chamber Business Buzz. My name is Melissa Federoff. I'm the president and CEO of the Neshoba Valley Chamber, and I am super excited to be here with Jeff from the Boys and Girls Club of Fitchburg Leominster, CEO. It's been, how long have you been there now?
18 months.
Nice.
19 months.
How is it going?
It's going great.
We have a lot of fun stuff to talk about today.
Yeah. It's been a great first year and a half at the club.
Yeah.
So I guess one thing to know, I started volunteering at the club when I was in high school. So I've been working there for 18 months, but I feel like I've been in and out for the better part of my adult life.
Now, which club did you volunteer at this club?
It was at the Veterans Center to start.
Okay.
So really the very first years of the Boys and Girls Club was at the Veterans Center, and it was humble beginnings, serving meals in the basement. I was a sophomore, junior in high school at the time, and I've told this story a lot, but I learned how to make chicken cordon bleu in the basement.
Okay.
That was one of the meals we served to kids.
Okay.
Fast forward a couple decades, I'm on one of the first dates with my girlfriend, now wife.
Yeah.
And I made her chicken cordon bleu because it was like the only thing I knew how to make. So I owe a lot to the Boys and Girls Club.
I think I'm going to need this recipe.
I can give it to you real quick. It's not hard. That's why I was able to pull it off. There's a lot of bang for your buck with chicken cordon bleu.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the first version of the Boys and Girls Club in general, and that's where I started. And then when it moved into the Linda Lab location where we are now, I was working for a company that would sponsor after-school meals. So I was there, 3-4 times a month serving meals after work. I'd served on various committees over those same years, like a resource development committee. I think you were on it.
Yes.
I think probably we didn't know this, but we had met a long time ago through that committee. We were talking about a 5K and all kinds of stuff.
Oh my goodness, it's coming back to me.
Yeah. Spelling bees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming back. Wow. But time has flown by. And now you run the organization. How do you feel like volunteering, where your roots started with volunteering for the organization, has helped you connect with folks and whatnot?
Yeah, well, I guess the first thing is I had worked the same place for the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
And I really liked it there, and I owe a lot to that first job.
Mm-hmm.
So to leave jobs to this opportunity, I just knew a lot more about it than maybe I would have otherwise, since I had been around so much. So there was a certain comfort level with the job, the organization. I'd met a lot of board members already before I took the job, and just spent a lot of time in that building. So it just helped me get over the hump mentally of leaving a really good opportunity that had been so good to me for so long to go do something else. And for my job, what excites me the most is youth development, whether it's at the Boys and Girls Club. I also get to coach high school baseball. So huge part of my life,
Yeah.
I'm around kids. And I think that to complement parents in the work that they're doing with their children, with mentorship, is really a really cool way to make a living. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. So for those that aren't familiar with Boys and Girls Club, let's start at the basics. What's the mission?
the mission is to help all young people, especially those who need us most, reach their full potential as caring, responsible, and productive citizens.
Excellent.
That's the mission.
All right. And how are we doing that?
Well, I think about after school time as critical. This has been studied. Those hours, 3 to 6 p.m., is when kids are most likely to engage in risky behavior. And so we're providing a real service to working families with a safe place for kids to go. And once they're in the building, it's not just about preventing risky behavior. There's actual positive outcomes that are going to result from proximity to great adults in a safe environment, mentorship opportunities, and we also have individual intervention options as well. So our internal social worker can identify a kid who might have additional needs that we can not take care of in-house, but network and connect with clinical environments outside the Boys and Girls Club. So after school time, that's critical for the development of young people. And I think about, the mission doesn't change, but our strategic priorities do from year to year. So this past year, and you remember we voted on these at the board level.
Yeah.
So, I didn't pull these out of a hat. These priorities came from input from our major donors, from our board, from staff members, from parents, from kids themselves. And so this past year, we're really focused on safety in the club. We're focused on programming that will promote peer-to-peer interactions as much as possible. And the last one was mentorship. So these were our 3 focus areas for this past year. And every one-on-one with my team, every leadership meeting with the team, every professional development opportunity we had, that was our focus. So both to the benefit of the kids we serve and for the clarity to our donor base, we have a strategy or working that plan every single day in every context.
Love it. I should add a little bit of my side of things. I'm a former board member. I can't even tell you how many years I served on the board, and it's a great organization. I have to say, it was nice to, I guess, leave the board knowing it was in such great hands.
Thanks.
But also, my brother-in-law works for Boys and Girls Club in Billerica.
Right.
He's worked there forever. And so my nephew and my niece have had great exposure through the Boys and Girls Club with him. And then I have 2 nephews in Leominster that have both gone to the Boys and Girls Club, Fitchburg, Leominster, and had great experiences. So it's something that I am passionate about and love. And I think that you are doing an amazing job.
Oh, thanks. Thank you for serving on the board for so long.
Happy to.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
For your family, what do you think it's meant to them?
So I think it's been, for what I've seen for the kids, it's a great, like you say, it's an after school, great opportunity for them to, have the great role models and things to do where they're not at home just sitting in front of, the keyboard or paddle or whatever it's called nowadays.
Kids and their paddles.
I'm so old. And so it gets them meeting new people and doing new things and trying new things.
Yeah, I think it's where kids are likely to find a lifelong passion.
Yeah.
School day, you're focused on academics. You have to go to school and learn how to read and write and learn history. And then I think after school, we have a little bit of flexibility to try to pull kids towards an interest area that they might not otherwise get exposed to. We have 20 kids in a robotics program.
That's cool.
Yeah, and we are doing esports and all kinds of art projects and STEM learning in our science lab. I think, it starts out usually just as a fun place to be.
Yeah.
That's the top of the funnel. But as you build relationships with kids who go there because it's fun, we're able to sort of steer them towards different fun that they might not have known was a real passion for them. So I love seeing that. I love seeing a kid who starts off just playing basketball, and next thing you know, they're on the robotics team.
Yeah. Now, what do you think is a huge need for kids right now? Like, how can businesses get involved and help? Like, what would your ask be to businesses for them to help support the mission?
Yeah, so the first question, what do kids need? I have a couple thoughts. I have observed that childhood seems heavy at times in a way that I don't remember.
Yeah.
Now I'm 40 as well, so
Cute.
go us.
I wish I was 40.
Feels like that heaviness is anchored in exposure to media that we didn't have. Like, I didn't have a smartphone until I was in college. And so as a 20-year-old with a smartphone, I can process the news in a way that's different than a 12-year-old or a 15-year-old even. The 24-hour news cycle is something that really was just starting at the time of my childhood. So just to be inundated with news, oftentimes sensationally bad news, is a part of childhood now. And I think the club is able to really focus on This is a place where kids come to be kids, decompress, socialize with friends, maximize fun. I think that we're doing a real service if we can accomplish just that. I think businesses, I've been in this job for a year and a half. I'd like to make as many friends as possible. That's the first place to start. I would love to show people the club. I hope I can bring it to life in a podcast, but really until you see it, look at this beautiful 40,000 square foot building on 8 acres of land with 200 kids running around doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And I can talk about that, but until you come and see it, I don't think it quite hits the mark.
Yeah.
So for the local business community, just come check it out. If you're interested, my favorite thing to do is give tours.
Nice.
Happy to do that.
Yeah.
And then from there, we can engage on their interests and what of our strategic priorities sort of resonates, and we can talk more.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. What if somebody in the community wants to get involved, like a volunteer? Do you have volunteer opportunities?
Yeah. There's sort of 2 buckets of volunteerism at the club. The first one is team days with your company to come rake some leaves, pick up sticks, paint walls. There's all sorts of beautification, never ending. I want that place to feel like a real sanctuary to our kids. And so the more volunteers we have to pick a project and sort of bring to life a more beautiful version of that spot, the better. And then the second type of volunteer, which is something that I'm trying to build more and more of, is someone who would regularly actually be around kids after school. Doing that once, I think, is not going to be fruitful. So that type of volunteer truly needs to build in some consistency, because kids who need mentors, that happens slowly, like any good relationship, right? Any healthy relationship takes time to form, and that time is through consistency. And I think, people, like most people, want to give in some capacity, and I want to make that really easy for people who want to give their time to share their passion for culinary with young kids or their passion for arts and crafts with young kids. But doing that once in a room full of strangers is not going to be as satisfying for anybody versus, I can be to the club twice a month.
Yeah.
I can be there every other week kind of thing. That volunteer would be great to have more of in the building.
Excellent. So as you look ahead, what are the priorities for the coming year?
Yeah, so our fiscal year just started on July 1st. And the first one is expanding access. So there's lots of boys and girls clubs open 7 days a week.
Okay.
And to start, I'd love to be open for a couple of hours on Saturdays and to have sort of a curtailed building with the gym and a hangout living room, Starbucks inspired lounge is what I have in mind. I think after school time is critical, but also what about Saturday?
Yeah.
What are kids up to on Saturdays? The second one is our teen program. We have a lot of enthusiasm with younger kids around slime and oobleck.
Yes.
And teenagers have different needs. And really from a product management standpoint, like understanding your customer, in this case, high school kids, what do they need? And how can we provide that through programming for them? It's probably not slime. It's probably how do we get driver's ed classes here? How do we help them build resumes? How do we get paid internships in the club for workforce development? And then the last one is movement in the mind. So there's a lot of activity at the club, and there's also a lot of research that says exercise is the thing that promotes better learning and better mental health. When you move and get your heart rate up, all sorts of good things happen in your brain. The goal is to uncouple that concept from sports, because not all kids love sports.
Right.
But still, if there's some sort of yoga, Pilates, even, Twister, I'm making it up. We have a whole year to think about it. I don't have all the answers right now, but there's a way to build in movement outside of sports that will help kids and promote mental health. Those are the 3 priorities for the year.
I love it.
Can't wait to dig in.
Right?
Yeah, get my hands dirty, and I'll end up learning all kinds of stuff about teens and whatever words they're using.
Let me know.
I'll let you know.
Bet.
Bet. That's right.
I love it. How has being involved with the chambers? I know you're also involved in
Yeah.
North Central.
Yep.
How has being involved with the chambers helped strengthen your community partnerships?
Yeah, I've met all kinds of people through both chambers of commerce that were involved in, including yours. And it's just, like I said, I live in Holden, so I'm not right in the community. I grew up in Leicester, which is certainly not in this region. So to have sort of a built-in way to get to know people has been invaluable to me in my first, 18 months of being on this job. Yeah.
Perfect. So we have some rapid fire questions
All right.
for you. All right. One word that describes today's youth.
2 words.
Okay.
Endless potential.
Love it. Okay. Favorite club activity to watch kids participate in?
Art.
Okay. Morning.
Said one word. I have
Right.
more to say.
That's fine. That's fine. Morning person or night owl?
Morning person. Useless at night.
Really?
Totally useless.
How early?
It starts pretty early.
Oh boy.
Just as early as it starts on the good side.
Yeah.
I would say I'm turning into a pumpkin around 8 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. A mentor who has had an impact on your life?
My high school wrestling coach.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh. And does he know that?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's a very important person in my
Yeah.
life.
Oh, I love that.
Yep.
Best leadership advice you've ever received?
Attitude and effort. That's all I can control.
Yeah.
So if I have a positive attitude and I put in the effort, the chips will fall
Nice.
where they may. And you learn from where they fall, and you bring more attitude and effort to a different version of whatever you just tried that didn't work.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
So, what's one message that you'd like every listener to remember about the Boys and Girls Club, Fitchburg, Leominster?
We're working a plan. You have a plan,
All right.
and we are working it every day.
Excellent. Is there anything that we missed talking about?
No, I think just my sort of resolving note is after school time is critical. We do it really well, and we keep it affordable. So, for our budget, less than 10% of it comes from member dues. So from a business model standpoint, it's terrible. You are underwater on every kid you serve, which means we're relying on community support to keep it affordable, right? We're not making money off of families paying to be at the club. We're keeping the operation running through the generosity of individuals, local corporations, and philanthropists in the region. That's how we get to do what we do. So thank you to those who are existing supporters, and for those who find the well-being of youth near and dear to your heart. I'd love to meet you.
And so if that resonates with somebody and they want to connect with you, how do they reach you?
bgcfl.org, and there's a contact area. There's a way to send an email. It comes to my desk.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I definitely have to come back out and get a tour again.
Sure.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
And keep sharing with me the stuff that's happening. If people want to learn, because you have a lot of community events and fundraisers and whatnot. Facebook.
Yep.
You guys promote a lot.
We have
from
a
your
Facebook page. Yep.
Yeah. So just search Boys and Girls.
BGCFL.
All right.
Yep.
There you go. That's what you search for. And awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Was this fun?
It was fun. It was great. Lots of great things that you guys are doing. Thank you so much for all the hard work. You and your team. You do have a great team.
Unbelievable team. It's truly our pleasure.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much. And special thanks to AJ of Clear Signal Productions, our podcast producer, for making this episode possible. Have a great day.